Hello and welcome back to NoBullshit. Today we return to talking about yet another left-wing voting propaganda video. The midterm elections are right around the corner after all, so Democrats apparently think if they flood the TV and internet with liberal celebrities preaching communism and social justice, it might help them win. Well, I'm here to tell them no. All these political ads do is turn people off from them actually. They come off as preachy, pompous, arrogant, and out of touch for sure. Much like that March for Our Lives political ad we covered here a week or two ago. So too has the ACLU come up with their own ridiculous pitch, trying to get people to vote blue. This time, instead of a slew of actors from the MCU or Marvel Cinematic Universe, this time it's just the rapper turned actor Common preaching to us. And right off the bat, this ACLU video with Common we're about to go over, it reminds me of another video from last week. Remember that time Kanye West triggered CNN by meeting with President Trump? Well, they called his behavior offensive, white supremacist, and Don Lemon even said he resembled a minstrel show. Many thought that meant menstrual show, like a woman's period, and although there is an argument for that, really what CNN's Don Lemon meant was minstrel show, like the early 19th century form of entertainment, the one known for having people wear blackface. But obviously Kanye wasn't resembling this at all. That was just Don Lemon's own racist bias coming out, but nonetheless, he said it, and I couldn't forget it. Lemon also mentioned Common too, during his anti-Kanye tirade. Lemon said Common is a good boy and a good example of a representative of black people. That brings us back to today's ACLU video with Common in it. Today we're going to take a look at that and see what the mainstream media and the liberal establishment think one of the good blacks looks like. And spoiler warning, they want blacks to be racist and biased and for social justice, like how Common is about to be in this video. We're going to go over the whole thing today and more real soon. But first, let's take a moment to check out our brand spanking new sponsor, Vikings War of Clans. Vikings War of Clans was inspired by the famous strategy and RPG games of the past, like Final Fantasy, Mario RPG, or even Pokemon. All the ones we loved and played, but the youngsters of today just don't understand. And what makes the Vikings world so addictive is that more than 20 million online players are constantly changing the way the game evolves by endlessly fighting over resources, forging new alliances, and competing in live events too. My favorite parts about Vikings is the amazing designs and graphics, the rich Vikings content, and clan battles. The live events and competitions are pretty sweet as well. So support my channel by downloading Vikings for free today. Only from the links below though, down in the description box below this video. And if you do, you'll get a special bonus of 200 gold coins and a protective shield. Awesome. And don't forget to look me up on the game there and join my Vikings clan under the nickname NoBullshit. Great, now that that's out of the way, let's go ahead and jump into the ACLU video with Common. It's called Common Wants You to Vote Smart Justice. Sounds like a churched up version of social justice if you ask me. I don't like it already, but let's go ahead and take a look anyway.
How do we change an unjust system? A criminal justice system that for centuries has denied justice to our most vulnerable. A system born of white supremacy, racism, and discrimination, destroying families and devastating communities along the way.
Okay, well, I'm gonna have to stop you right there, Common. Our justice system is just, and it has been for decades. Much longer than me or you have been alive, probably combined. Sure, the justice system isn't perfect or anything, but let's not pretend it's wholly unfair or biased either. It's not. And get out of here with that white supremacy shit too. You're living in the past, Common. Just because there were really racist people in the country 100 years ago doesn't mean our entire modern justice system is flawed or corrupt. It doesn't work that way. Now, unless you can name one law or situation where minorities are officially oppressed by the state, then you're just full of it here. If anything, there's laws that help minorities and are unfair to whites and Asians for that matter. Affirmative action, for example, favors blacks and browns over everyone else. In fact, Asians are even launching a lawsuit against Harvard right now over this. And I think they have a case because in this messed up SJW world run by Marxists and left-wing politics, it's actually harder for Asians to get accepted to colleges. But you won't hear Common or the ACLU talk about that injustice. They've got their own Soros marching orders and they're going to follow them to a T. And this is why leftist hacks like Don Lemon like Common, because he stays in line like this. And it's also why they hate people like Kanye, because he doesn't. Like us, Kanye has seen how racist and biased the left is, and how manipulative and propagandistic the media is too.
We have the power to choose people who decide what justice looks like in our country, so that black and brown children, men and women, are not treated as subhuman and undeserving of equal treatment, human dignity, and life itself.
Common even directly references black and brown children himself. So let's make no mistake, liberals don't care about the poor. They don't care about the hurt, the hungry, the suffering, or dying either. Liberals pretend they are charitable and worried about all the world's problems, but in actuality, they're only worried about blacks and browns, and sometimes Jews. And sure, they have some problems to worry about there too, but sometimes the left doesn't even care about the real problems. Oftentimes, they're just making shit up and complain about other races, namely whites, mostly. In actuality, minorities aren't really oppressed in America. Common isn't facing any racism on a daily basis, is he? He's a rich and pampered actor / rapper, and if America was really a racist, white supremacist run country, Common wouldn't even be here, and black entertainers like him wouldn't get work, and we would have never had a half-black president either.
We can elect people who adhere to the ideals we pledge allegiance to. Our voices heard by representatives who really practice liberty and justice for all. What if society tried to put young black boys into college instead of into prison?
Society doesn't put people into prison, not for no reason at least, and it doesn't put people into college for no reason either. You see, Common, there's this thing called personal responsibility. It means that adults are responsible for themselves. So if they go to prison, it's not society's fault. It's their fault because they committed the crime that got them arrested and made them lose their trial and get sent to jail by a jury of their 12 peers, by the way. Jesus Christ, I feel like I'm teaching high school civics over here. I swear, liberals don't know shit about anything. I mean, this guy Common, he's supposed to be one of the smarter, more trustworthy leftists, right? You would think because of this position they put him in this video, but no. The guy doesn't even know how the police and the courts work. Common couldn't pass an 8th grade test on government if he tried. You could give him Google to help out too, and he would still come out saying blah 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 blah, society puts blacks in prison, blah blah blah, white supremacy, blah blah, Black Lives Matter, something like that. This is truly some low IQ shit right here. Do real life American Democrats really buy this shit? I can't believe a grown ass adult person would think people are sent to prison for no reason other than a racist justice system. That's how you can judge a caliber of a person and their political knowledge. If they think blacks aren't committing crimes and are going to jail for nothing, they are truly stupid and way out of touch with reality. Because not only are blacks and browns committing crimes all the time, they are committing more crimes than any other races. And it's not even close.
What if Black lives mattered? What would it be like if black people could live their lives freely without the fear of having the police called on them? Without the fear of a police encounter that could end their lives?
Blacks can already do that. Your goal has been achieved, Common. Or rather, it was always achievable. You're just too dumb to have noticed it. Black people can live their lives without fearing the police. As long as you obey the law, mind your business, and most importantly, not resist arrest or police orders, you will be A-okay in this country. It's not that hard. The only reason black communities fear police really is because they're either committing crimes or they buy into this liberal brainwashing.
Khalif Browder, Sandra Bland, Rakia Boyd, Laquan McDonald, Alton Sterling.
Next, he goes on naming all these people who died from police, I think. And I don't have time to get into them all, but I'm pretty sure there's reasonable explanations for each one of these. The left and Black Lives Matter can never find real, genuine examples of police brutality, so they have to lie and manipulate other stories. Happens all the time, almost every time. Right here, for example, Alton Sterling is mentioned, and his story was debunked years ago. Let me go ahead and give you a quick recap because you're not going to believe how ridiculous it is for Common to use this example here. Alton Sterling had the cops called on him in July 2016. There was a report that Alton was selling illegal copies of CDs, while also pointing a gun at a man and threatening him outside a store. When the police showed up, Alton resisted arrest. He reached for his weapon and even tried to grab the cop's gun before they eventually had to shoot him to save their own lives. That's right, a gun-toting, black market selling, wannabe cop killer is who Common and the ACLU are propping up in this video, as if he was an innocent black who didn't do nothing. And if this is one of the best examples they could come up with, I can only imagine how bad the others are. Also, this just goes to show how not racist the cops actually are, because if they were outright racist, white supremacist, and anti-black, and all that, there would certainly be better examples than Alton Sterling.
We can vote to end cash bail, harsh sentencing, and brutality by police and prosecutors. We can do this. We can do this. Join the movement at votesmartjustice.org.
In the end, I really don't think more videos like this are going to help the Democrats in any elections. In fact, I think it's dumbass left-wing garbage like this that are going to make people vote Republican more than ever, because the American people are sick and tired of the lying leftist rhetoric. We don't want to be pandered to by idiots like Common, who not only think black people go to jail for no reason, he's also supporting the party who enslaved his ancestors generations ago. If anything, the Democrats are the party of white supremacy. They're the ones who fought for slavery in the Civil War. Fortunately, us Republicans won, and we promptly outlawed slavery slavery, the first party to do this anywhere in the world, by the way. But American Democrats didn't take too kindly to losing their black slaves, so they started the Ku Klux Klan in order to further oppress and torment the blacks for decades. And sure, this was long ago and many things have changed, but this is still what actually happened. Let's not let the left rewrite history here. And I wouldn't even be talking about this old stuff if it weren't for Common in this video bringing it up. And it just goes to show how badly Common doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. He doesn't understand the government, history, blacks, Americans, or anything. He's just plain stupid. What do you guys think? Do blacks go to jail for no reason in America? Or do they commit crimes that get them there? And is white supremacy still a thing? And would you say the Democrats are the party of white supremacy since they supported slavery and the Ku Klux Klan? And what do you think about Common versus Kanye now? I can sure see why leftists prefer Common, and I'm certainly happier a more intelligent, better spoken, woke artist like Kanye is on our side. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and thanks for watching No Bullshit. We'll see y'all next time.